Welcome back. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to allow users to search for meals. So I'm going to add here an icon that's going to allow the users to search for meals. So first of all, we need to open the header, and then in the header, we need to add the icon. So I'm going to add here an icon. I'm going to copy this form because the form will be, the search will be here. So we need a form for it, and we need to say here fa search, fa search. Now let me refresh, and if I refresh, you should find here an icon. As you can see, this is the search icon. Now we need to activate this search icon. So we need to say here method, and the method is going to take the user to the search page. So I'm going to say here search. I'm going to say search. Get search. The method is get, and the action is search. Now what we want to do is that we want to open the web and create a link, create a route for this search. So I'm going to open the web.blade.php, and then I'm going to create here, I'm going to say here route, and then I'm going to say get, and then I'm going to say search, and then I'm going to say project controller class, and the function is search, and the name is search, name search. Now in the project controller, we need to open the project controller and create this function, project controller. So in the project controller, I'm going to create a new function here. Let me give myself some space. I'm going to say here function search, and then I'm going to first here say return, and then we need to return to the view called search. I'm going to say view, and then let's say here search. So we need to create this view. So in the resources, I'm going to create a new file. In the views, I'm going to create a new file, and then I'm going to save it as search.blade.php. Now we need to get the code from, the code is going to be similar to the products. So I'm going to open the products.blade.php, and then I'm going to copy everything. I'm going to select all and then copy, and then I'm going to paste it in the search. However, there will be a few differences. First of all, we need to remove this for each. For now, just for now, we need to remove this for each, and we need to remove also this these tags, and we also need to remove this part, and we need to remove this part as well. So we are left only with this part. So what we need to do is that we need to say here search for delicious meals. Let me save, and let me head on over to the browser and refresh, and let me click on search. If I click on search, it's going to take me to this page, search for delicious meals. However, we need to add here two things. First, we need to add a search bar. So I'm going to say here form, and then I'm going to give this form input. I'm going to say input, and I'm going to give it a type. The type is going to be text. We need to search by text, and the name is keyword. And we need also to give it a class. I'm going to say class form control, and we need also a button. I'm going to say input, and the type is submit, and the name is, we don't need a name for it actually, we need a value. The value is search, and we need a class. The class is btn warning, and let me save and refresh, and now we should have here a form, but we need to work on it. So I'm gonna say here, I'm gonna say class dflex. Let me here refresh, and it will be like this. However, I want it to take the complete width, so I'm gonna copy it, and then I'm gonna move it outside this. I'm gonna move it here, and then I'm gonna refresh, and it will take the complete width. However, we want to add some space, so I'm gonna say here MT3, and now this is gonna add some space at the top, and we are done with this search bar. So the next step is that we need to get some meals, default meals. So we need to get a few meals. And to do this, we need to say in the web, in the project controller, we need to return a few meals. So we need here to say database, and then actually I'm going to copy the code from here, and then I'm going to paste it here, and then I'm going to return 3 meals. I'm just going to return 3 meals because we don't want to leave the page empty. We need to display a few meals. So I'm going to say limit 3, and then I'm going to return here. I'm going to return to the search page. I'm going to here return search, and I'm going to return with the products. However, we need to open the products.blade.php one more time, and then we need to copy the for each loop again. So I'm going to close this, and then I'm going to copy the for each, and then I'm going to go back to the search, and then I'm going to paste it here. I'm going to paste it between the inside this raw grid. I'm going to paste it here. And let me save and test. Now, if I save and test, we should have here, by default, we should have 3 meals. Now this page is complete. The next thing that we need to work on is that we need to activate this search bar so that the user will be able to search for meals.